The old man stared at the man who didn't give up his seat. The next second, his face suddenly shrank into a black hole. Then the alarm rang. The man had traveled back to that morning. At first, he thought it was just a dream, but when he got on the subway, he saw that the passengers around him were exactly the same as in the dream. At that moment, the old man from the dream came to stand beside him, seemingly waiting for him to give up his seat. The man didn't move. However, as the train started moving, the old man suddenly fell down. Then, his face shrank into a black hole again. The man once again traveled back to the morning. It was so bizarre, but something even more terrifying was about to happen. Today, he was planning to propose to his girlfriend, so he got on the subway again to go buy a ring. The old man once again stood beside him. After much hesitation, the man finally gave up his seat. Strangely, this time he didn't travel back. He walked through an alley and saw a couple fighting. The husband hid behind the man, hoping he would protect him. The wife held a stick and asked the man to move aside. The man tried to stop her, but the wife's face suddenly began to distort. The man quickly stepped aside, but by doing so, the husband's face also began to distort. He was doomed. The man woke up again in the morning. It seemed that only by helping others could he make it through the day. So on the subway, he first gave up his seat to the old man. Then he came to the alley and tried to avoid the quarreling couple, but the husband still grabbed him. The man had no choice but to let the stick hit himself. Thankfully, he finally arrived at the jewelry store. Just as he was about to buy the ring he liked, a man with strange eyes also set his sights on the same ring. His girlfriend had liked this design for a long time. The man firmly refused to give it up. Doomed again, the face in the man's eyes started to distort. The man traveled back to the morning again. He was extremely frustrated. To get through the day and see his girlfriend in the evening, he had to give up the ring with great pain. Then, the man spent the whole day helping others. By the evening, he was already exhausted. Without the beloved ring for XINE, he could only go to a flower shop. That morning, the TV said that today's lucky color was red. He decided to buy a bouquet of red roses for his girlfriend. The florist wrapped the flowers and handed them to him. A commotion came from outside. The man ran out. It turned out there was a fire upstairs, and a child was trapped on the balcony. The child's mother was extremely anxious. If the fire spread, the child would be in great danger. Although it was almost time to meet his girlfriend, the man didn't hesitate. He poured cold water on his head and rushed upstairs with the flowers. After rescuing the child, he rushed to the restaurant to meet his girlfriend. By then, the girlfriend had been waiting for a long time. The man ran to her, but he had no ring, and even the bouquet had been burned. Just as he was about to propose, he noticed the ring on her hand. It was the very ring he had given up to the man with the strange eyes. Only then did his girlfriend tell him she was going to marry someone else, because that person had given her the ring she had liked for so long. At that moment, the man with the strange eyes walked over. It turned out he was the one she was going to marry. The man stood frozen, not knowing what to say. The two of them kept saying he was truly a good person. The man couldn't understand. He had helped everyone, but in the end, it was all for nothing. Where had it gone wrong? He couldn't hold it in anymore. He threw the flowers on the ground, picked up an advertisement board, and smashed it toward the man with strange eyes. Suddenly, the alarm rang. The man once again traveled back to the morning.